WWE has made a big mistake with Chad Gable. In this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what that mistake is, what they have done, and what can be done to correct this horrendous thing that they're doing with poor Chad Gable. Does anyone else not see what I'm seeing? Well, I think you do. So, Chad Gable is a guy that really, he came on a surge, if you will, in 2024. Now, Chad Gable, he's been around the block for many, many days in WWE. And clearly, I mean years. Because years is what this man has put in. Year after year, day after day, month after month, show after show. I can still remember like it was yesterday covering this man with Jason Jordan as Alpha Academy on weekly 1-hour episodes of NXT television. I can still remember seeing their match with FTR at TakeOver years ago, right? I can still remember the pop that they got when they walked out on SmackDown Live. Remember when SmackDown was on Tuesdays and it was a big deal that it was live instead of taped after so many years? Yeah, I do. I remember him and Shelton Benjamin. I remember him being this lovable babyface. I remember this guy putting on banger after banger after banger. But there was a common trait with Chad Gable in WWE, and that was being overlooked. And it really didn't matter whether it was Vince McMahon's booking or Triple H's booking. This man got overlooked over and over and over again. It was very frustrating as a Chad Gable fan because I knew the potential that this man had. We knew that he was a great in-ring worker. We knew that. What was he lacking, right? And then we started to see that after the Shorty G god-awful gimmick, hey man, this guy can talk. And it's like, oh, okay, maybe we're on to something. But there was always this underlining with Chad Gable, whether it was Triple H or whether it was Vince McMahon. Is it really his height? Is that what he's missing? Is that what he was missing? Well, this past few months has been glorious, as Chad Gable fans out there can attest, because he's been able to be a heel. He's been able to be a notable program with Sami Zayn. He's been paired with like the Otis and even Maxine Dupree on WWE television, right? And this also comes at a very, very interesting time because his WWE contract was slated to expire. And in fact, it expired before Clash at the Castle. Why is Clash at the Castle so important? Well, you know, to quote Bruce Pritchard, he was going to challenge Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental title. He came up short against Gunther for the Intercontinental title while he was champion. And he had came up short to Sami Zayn once again, but there was so much bad blood between him and Sami Zayn that it's like, I want to see this freaking match. And we got to see this freaking match. And he signed a new WWE deal, and it went downhill. And that leads us to today's topic. What is this big mistake that they've done with him? Well, it's their freaking booking. I don't think I've ever seen someone have worse booking in a 3-week span, as recording this video, than I have with Chad Gable. So let's take a trip down memory lane recently and quickly. So he goes in Clash at Castle. He just signed a new WWE deal. He legitimately confirmed the news the day before the event. A mistake on his part, in my opinion. I think WWE could have done more with that. I digress. And I'll get into that in a minute. So you book him not to win the Intercontinental title against Sami Zayn. Okay, I don't agree with it, but you're clearly trying to build him and Otis. All right? Now, let's see the next match he has. Oh, he gets beat by Braun Strowman 2 nights later on Monday Night Raw in 6 minutes. And oh, by the way, they kind of drop his angle and his feud with Otis. Oh no. That night, he gets attacked and seemingly for like a week is killed off WWE television with the Wyatt Six group. It looks like the guy got shot in the freaking head backstage at Gorilla. Oh no. And then he gets pulled from the match graphic on Monday Night Raw. They add him back to the graphic. Okay, so if you're adding this up, y'all, he lost to Sami Zayn. He seemingly lost his storyline with Otis. He got squashed by Braun Strowman, and he seemingly got killed off by the Wyatt Six. He was the only WWE star to be shown attacked by the group. Everyone else was just extras. We fast forward a week after he's supposedly murdered. He loses a Money in the Bank triple threat qualifying match. And it's like, no. That would have been career suicide. He actually goes over. He actually wins. He actually beats Braun Strowman. He actually beats Bronson Reed. He actually survives these two monsters. Oh, take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Oh, yeah. He's not going to win Money in the Bank. What are we doing? What are we doing? We've had him lose an IC title match. We've had him lose to Braun Strowman. We've had him murdered, come back from the dead, somehow, some way, squeak out a victory over two monsters. And now we're going to go in a Money in the Bank ladder match where he's going to take 5 years off of his career because they're going to do some idiotic bumps. And then what? What are we doing? Is no one else seeing what I'm seeing? Is no one else noticing that they took a gem, they took an opportunity, they took a layup with Chad Gable, and they've squandered it? He's not winning Money in the Bank, y'all. It ain't gonna happen. Don't let that pipe dream, don't let that fantasy get in the way of reality. Do not let that cloud your judgment. You have to get this man back on track. You do. I want to see this man start picking up W after W after W. That's the only way that they can fix this mistake. They got to be able to climb out of this mistake, and it's going to take a few weeks because now fans are like, wait a minute. You teased us with this idea of giving Chad Gable the run? Not just a push. I'm not talking about the push. Put the push away. I'm talking about a run. And you squandered it. You screwed it up. Now you got to fix it. Go out there and get this man some wins. Chad Gable's, he needs wins. Give the man some wins. I don't know if that means you put the IC title back, put it on him. I don't know if that means have him, just destroy Otis, which would be hilarious because that doesn't make any sense. Size-wise, Otis would eat this man. Although I think in an actual shoot fight, I think I would take Chad Gable just because he got the wrestling background. If he could take the old boy down, that would be a challenge, right? You remember those old commercials of how many licks does it take for you to get to the Tootsie Roll and the sucker? How many times would it take Chad Gable to take Otis down on a single or a double leg takedown? That'd be interesting to see. All right. At this point, I'm ranting. I'm going to get out of here, y'all. Let me know down in the comments area below, what do you think? Can Chad Gable's career be saved or not? Because it's an uphill battle. Hey, y'all, real quick, make sure you join the movement and join everyone in smashing, obliterating that notification bell so you are notified every single time we upload new wrestling content here to the channel. Hit that subscribe button as well. Thank y'all so much for your support and help changing me and my family's life. And I will see y'all next time.